Welcome to the Crypto Infinity channel, where we try to help you find infinite ways to make money. My name is Hector and my goal is to help you reach financial freedom. Now before we get started, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. Not a financial advisor, but now let's get started with your daily market update. So we see we have the market cap sitting at 1.76 trillion. We're up 2.5% over the last day. We have Bitcoin sitting at 39,000, Ethereum sitting at 2,600, Xrp sitting at 73 cents, Cardano sitting at 81 cents. We have CRO sitting at 39 cents. We have Hedera and Stellar at 17 cents and Hedera at 20 cents. So pretty much everything's in the red over the last 7 days, but we're in the green for the past 24 hours. So that's a good sign. We're showing improvement. I guess everybody's trying to get everything kicked off for Biden speaking tomorrow. So let's take a look at the crypto bubbles. This is for the day. So we see the majority of the coins are in the green. We do have some in the red, but not really. The majority are in the green. So again, that's a good sign. That's a good sign to stay bullish. So we take a look at the Bitcoin charts. We do see here, again, we had that major slump. Then we traded pretty much sideways, up and down, up and down. And now we're having a green candle on the hourly charts. So that's a good sign to see. But again, we'll just have to wait and see. As you see, the technicals are neutral. So they don't know if to buy or sell. But we'll see what happens. So we take a look at the Xrp charts. This is the hourly chart as well. We had this pump, then dump, then dump again. Then we pumped up, dumped, traded sideways. Now it looks like we're pumping up, but again, we've just been trading sideways, up and down, up and down. We're still sitting at 72 cents, 73 cents. So our technical is saying it's a good time to sell. Me, I will continue buying just because I'm a big fan of XRP. So not a financial advisor, but I would suggest accumulating XRP. So let's take a look at the news for today. It says U.S. Senator Warren drafting bill to ensure crypto can't be used to evade sanctions. One of the provisions will make it easier to verify customer identities and transfers to private wallets by enforcing detailed record keeping and reporting, according to NBC News. So if you remember from the report that I did last night on the video, it showed that we were looking at the European draft and pretty much doing the same thing, enforcing detailed record keeping and reporting. So in the European Union one, they will keep records for about a couple years just in case the government needs to go back and look at the records. So it says here, customer identities and transfers. So KYC is know your customer. That's a good thing to have in the crypto sector, just because there's a lot of illicit activities being provided by crypto. So if it's KYC, it's a good thing. So we see here, Senator Warren is preparing a bill to make it more difficult to use crypto to circumvent sanctions. In a tweet on Tuesday, Warren says her new bill will ensure crypto isn't used by Putin and his cronies to undermine our economic sanctions, referring to Russian President Vladimir Putin. So NBC News, which was the first to report on Warren's proposed bill, one of its provisions would make it easier to verify customer identities and transfers to private wallets by requiring financial institutions to log detailed records and submit reports to the Treasury Department. So it says chances of the bill passing are limited just because the Senate is controlled by Republicans. So we'll just have to wait and see. It depends if they work together or not, depending on what the Republicans want on that bill. So it says Warren and 3 other Democratic senators sent a letter last week to Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen asking about how the Treasury Department plans to enforce economic sanctions within the crypto industry. Strong enforcement of sanctions compliance in the crypto industry is critical given that digital assets which allow entities to bypass the traditional financial system may increasingly be used as a tool for sanctions evasion, the senators wrote. So again, if we get more compliance and with KYC, that should be good for the markets because we don't have to worry about money going into illicit activities. So now let's take a look at the next article. It says Janet Yellen, U.S. Treasury, other departments will publish report on money under Biden crypto executive order. The executive order has been rumored for several months. So we see here the date, March 8th, says the presidential executive order on cryptos will support responsible innovation as it coordinates U.S. policy across agencies. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said late Tuesday in a statement. In a press release dated March 9th but published on March 8th, Yellen said the department's work in line with the executive order would complement its ongoing and existing efforts. The executive order is widely expected to be signed by President Joe Biden on Wednesday. Under the executive order, Treasury will partner with interagency colleagues to produce a report on the future of money and payment systems, Yellen said. Because the questions raised by digital assets often have important cross-border dimensions, which is RippleNet and XRP, we'll work with our international partners to promote robust standards and a level playing field. Yellen said the department would also continue its work in the Financial Stability Oversight Council, which convened last year to discuss stablecoins. The group published a report identifying stablecoins and decentralized finance as two risk areas for U.S. financial stability last December. It says the Treasury Department has overseen a number of the other efforts to discuss crypto regulations, most notably a President's Working Group for Financial Markets report on stablecoins. The report was published last year and asked Congress to pass legislation giving federal bank regulators explicit oversight jurisdiction for the stablecoin sector. So again, now that we're seeing a lot of more stability in the crypto sector, I would expect for trillions and trillions of dollars to flow into the markets, which is hopefully what happens. And everybody that's in early would benefit from the money coming into the sector. So now let's take a look at the letter. It says statement by Secretary of the Treasury Janet Yellen on President Biden's executive order on digital assets. So you see the date on here is March 9th, 2022. This was part that was leaked. So it says U.S. Secretary of the Treasury released the following statement. President Biden's historic executive order calls for a coordinated and comprehensive approach to digital asset policy. This approach will support responsible innovation that could result in substantial benefits for the nation, consumers, and businesses. It will also address risks related to illicit finance, protecting customers and investors, and preventing threats to the financial system and broader economy. So I hope it does protect consumers and investors, because the SEC hasn't been doing none of that. They haven't been protecting no investors. Under the executive order, Treasury will partner with interagency colleagues to produce a report on the future of money and payment systems. We'll also convene the Financial Stability Oversight Council to evaluate the potential financial stability risks of digital assets and assess whether appropriate safeguards are in place. And because the questions raised by digital assets often have important cross-border dimensions, we'll also work with our international partners to promote robust standards and a level playing field. So this work will complement ongoing efforts by Treasury. Already the department has worked with the President's Working Group on Financial Markets, the FDIC, and the OCC to study one particular kind of digital asset, which is stablecoins. Under the executive order, Treasury and interagency partners will build upon the recently published national risk assessments, which identify key illicit financing risk associated with digital assets. As we take on this important work, we'll be guided by consumer and investor protection groups, market participants, and other leading experts. Treasury will work to promote a fairer, more inclusive, and more efficient financial system while building on our ongoing work to counter illicit finance and prevent risk to financial stability and national security. So again, the more the clearer the market gets, the more money pours in. So like they say, scare money don't make no money. So if you want to make some money, I would suggest getting into the crypto industry, into the crypto sector right now before anything major happens. So we will have, I feel like we will have a dump tomorrow. We will have a red day. But again, that's just for the short term. I feel that for the long term, I'm very bullish on this. I feel like this is a good initiative to, like they say here, get a level playing field. So I would suggest getting in early, and then once the trillions of dollars flow in, we'll be rich. hopefully. But that is all that we have for the daily markets update today. Thanks to each and every one of you. Remember, if you like the content, hit that like and subscribe, and make sure you share the video. Thanks, and until next time.